Hello and welcome to my final naval battle, and in today's episode I will be taking my trusty Endymion and I will be fighting a fourth rate. Yes, I will be fighting the Ingemarland. I do believe this was a fight that I've done before, but this time it will be done in glorious 21:9 ultra wide, and hope you guys will like and appreciate it because these ships look really stunning in ultra wide. I can tell you I've enjoyed this a lot. However, I think it's time that, naval action is, I'm sorry to say, dead in the water, and I really feel like I have nothing more to give in terms of this, game. So if you guys have any other suggestions for a naval game, do let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, please do take time to enjoy today's battle. It's a good one. By the way, my Endymion is loaded with the carronades on the top deck and the long cannons on the normal deck, on the bottom deck. So this will be, as always, fight to the death, and I'm taking an AI just to be on the, truthful side. Look how is she loaded with cannons. Yes, and I think she's packing longs, so yay me. So, without further ado, I'm gonna be taking a first pass. I'm gonna straight head to head towards her, and then I plan to be executing a maneuver hard to larboard, and then hopefully I shall be able to, do a wrecking shot or at least a nice broadside. So as you can tell, I'm already steering towards the wind, hoping to get the top farmer to start turning towards his larboard side, which I did. And then I have decided to execute hard to starboard because look at her, she's healing quite badly. However, now that she has turned the downwind, she's no longer healing that bad. Oh boy. Okay, in that case I think I'm gonna be going for the rake maneuver. She is going battle sails, alright, which means she's getting ready to fire. No surprises there, but she will heal. Look, she will turn towards me in an attempt to heal. And as you can tell, I'm keeping a low angle to be able to execute maximum damage and hopefully take minimum damage. So now getting ready for the rake, aim and fire! Alright, that's 19 to the hull. Not too shabby. I do have the sail damage because I have rammed her accidentally, which means that my forecastle was lost. However, I've executed a sail repair, which is a little bit OP'd, I would say, in naval action. As you can tell, my mast was immediately rebuilt by some magic elves, might I add. Alright, so turning hard to starboard, I'm gonna be executing, hopefully I'm gonna keep on her stern and hopefully be executing as many raking shots as possible, and then when she's weak enough I'm gonna go in for the broadside and final kill. At least that's the plan. Now, given the fact I have carronades and the longs, so right now I'm aiming with longs, so I want to make sure that I'm aiming separately. This is why I disabled the cannons from the top carronades. So let's now refocus and fire. I mean, from this range I don't expect to do much damage, but any shot I can get in, and her stern is soft, so now it's time for carronades to fire. You can hear but the difference in the firing sounds between carronades and the long cannons. Longs have, much fuller fire rate, and carronades have a little bit, shallow but yet very powerful. I really like that distinction between the sounds, how you can see the difference between the carronades and the cannons. Alright, so she is turning towards me, which means I will be turning a little bit more to the larboard, hopefully to not get stuck in irons. So I'm just trying to get away from her a little bit because, well, I mean, even at this range she is pretty dangerous, so... And of course I take some directly up the rear. I mean, a couple of cannonballs, well, they still hurt me, but not as much as I've hurt him. So there we go. He fired a broadside, which means I'm executing a hard to larboard, and I will be now trying to close the gap as quickly as possible, hopefully before his, you know, sailors manage to reload the cannons. He is insisting on going broadside to broadside, a game that I refuse to play with a superiorly armored ship and obviously armed, and now he's trying to get very hard turn. So let's see if I can cut him off. That would be actually, you know, groovy. Come on. Oh, nope. He's not going for it. Alright. Nevertheless, he's gonna fire at me with the full force of his larboard side, which I must say is a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit concerned, to be honest. As long as he's firing one cannon at a time, I'm not really overly concerned, but I'm gonna rake her. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, get ready. Convergence. Ready. Aim. Fire! Some cannonballs bouncing while six still hitting the mark and 3 cannons disabled. Well, not bad. Given the angle, I cannot complain that much. Alright, so now I think I'm gonna go pull a starboard turn and hopefully bridge a gap and, you know, get as far as I can. I mean, with this kind of ship, I think I prefer jousting as opposed to brawling because, well, I mean, I could brawl in theory, but she is still fast enough though, so she can, you know, she cannot outmaneuver me, but she can outgun me for sure. So I'm trying to present as low target as possible. He is still managing to get some decent shots in, and now I'm gonna fire, I think I'm gonna fire a broadside, starboard broadside, both rows of cannons. So first the cannons, longs, and then the carronades. So let's see, first longs, disable carronades, there we go, come on, aim, fire. Okay, 6 to the hull, then we take carronades. Although I don't see what's the point of firing the carronades from this range. Obviously, we both have suffered a little bit of damage, but I'm now closing the gap and hopefully my carronades will reload just in time. Come on. Come on, damn you. Oh, this is a beautiful screenshot, by the way. What I'm about to do will be even better screenshot, so... Alright. Ready, cannons. Fire as they bear. Fires as she bears. There we go. Now this is a screenshot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. It appears that we have also hit his pump. His pump is damaged, which means he won't be bailing out water anytime soon. Or at least he will have hard time doing it, which is beautiful. Alright, let's turn to larboard and then start to give chase, because he will be very slow if he tries to go upwind, and my cannons are still reloading, meaning I cannot do jack at the moment. However, maybe I could just put in the broadside. Fire! Okay, this is typical GrunfWorks aiming. Great job, GrunfWorks. You weren't able even to spill the captain's coffee. Okay, now I did at least get 2-3 carronade balls in. 5 to the hull. Beautiful. So right now I'm thinking, should I turn to larboard heavily, or I should keep actually on his stern, won't I? And he's now in irons, which is always beautiful. Maybe another broadside wouldn't go amiss. What do you think, guys? Shall we do another longs broadside, hopefully with better aim this time? Come on, convergence, there we go. Fire! Oh yeah. Well, 9 to the hull, 16 to the crew. That's much better. Okay, so, you know, brawling or actually shooting a helpless target at this range, it's not really gentlemanly thing to do, and it's not really that honorable, so I'm actually gonna pull hard to starboard, and I'm gonna be executing a little bit more brawling, to be honest. Fire! Typical GrunfWorks aiming. Okay, so now I'm actually thinking I don't want to be in his cannon's firing arc, so I want to get far away as possible before I start presenting a big target while I'm turning. As you can tell, he is firing from the stern. Or was it random? I couldn't tell actually. Now, once he has fired all his cannons, that is a good cue for me to turn hard to starboard and try to close the gap and hopefully hole her. I'm still trying to hit, for the most part, his wounded side. I'm just, you know, when you detect that he has a wounded side, although I must say he has no wounded side, so... yeah, his structure is getting worse because of my rakes, but not really any side that has taken particular damage. Alright, fair enough. Let's close the gap and hopefully do a broadside. Do a little heart-to-heart, if you will. Alright, trying to turn... oh, come on. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good, clearly. Getting ready for a passing broadside. Depowering the sails. I don't want to heal, otherwise I'll be getting leaks. Ready, aim, fire! Put as many cannonballs as you possibly can. 21. And a module. We have effectively killed its pump. Okay, repowering the sails. Hard to larboard, and let's turn, and now we're gonna execute a second broadside, hopefully this time from the rear. I'm gonna use the opportunity that I'm turning and execute a broadside from the rear. Firing from stern, convergence parallel, getting ready. Ready, man! Aim at her waterline, and fire! Fire! This is beautiful. 23 to the hull, and now hard to larboard, and we will be crossing the T once again. So as I said, a little bit more brawling, but we are now inflicting some heavy damage, which is great. Top farmer, you will be going to the Davy Jones locker, sir. I mean, what's the point of final battle if we cannot be going guns blazing in all of their glory? And let's face it, I mean, Endymion, she is a ship to be battled with and brawl with because she is a fighter. And fire! Okay, 4 to the hull due to some appalling aiming on my part. Repowering the sails and... okay, I lost a lot of speed there. However, as you can tell, I'm really doing pretty well. I'm betting the top farmer could be wanting to be saying the same for him. Apparently I haven't had my morning coffee. I cannot talk. Sorry about that. Now, I'm thinking I'm gonna be turning hard to starboard and once again executing a very tight broadside right up his kisser. There we go, battle sails. Which means we are preparing to fire. Just okay, line it up nicely and make sure she receives it in full. Oh yeah. This is gonna be glorious. Ready, aim, fire! Fire as they bear. Well, 5 cannons at least managed to hit the mark. And now repower the sails and get the hell out of here, screaming like a little chicken that we are. Fire! Oh, nice. Yeah, now we need to get quickly out of his firing arc, otherwise we're gonna get it. And we're gonna get it pretty good. Fortunately, he is already damaged and not in the position to be turning so quickly, which is great. Getting ready for another broadside. Can I actually get to fire from the stern, maybe? Okay, I am maneuvering in the position to fire. Come on, men. Aim. Depower the sails. I need to lower my cannons. Aim. Fire! Okay, this is a broadside exchange, which is really not that favorable for me, and you can see how it is dangerous for me still to go, you know, broadside to broadside with her, because look, one broadside has managed to lower more of my armor than like 3 of mine versus him. So although I'm outsailing and outsmarting him, he's really, really dangerous. Hard to starboard. Getting ready to fire. From the stern, please. You know, once I start thinking about it, these stern chasers, when you're firing, they really should go like... sort of. Anyway. Now, getting ready for another broadside. Aim, fire! Carronades, ready, aim, fire. Whichever thing I may hit, it will be a good one. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna once again pull hard to starboard, and I'm gonna go for the raking shot if I manage to pull it off. His cannons are still reloading, so he should still be at least half a minute away from fire, and by then I hope I will be out of his firing arc. Although it doesn't feel like that sometimes. Oh, he's starting to fire. That's a little bit disconcerting. Come on, let's cross that T. Going a little bit to larboard. I want to cross as closely to his stern as humanly possible. And then, get ready, aim, fire! There we go. 16 to the hull, 2 to the cannon, 23 to the crew. Now that is just beautiful execution, gentlemen. And now, run away screaming like a little chicken. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, I think I will need... I'm due in for some repairs, probably. Maybe I can execute another broadside. Not yet, though. Okay. I'm repairing the butcher's bill with the crew. Aim. Fire. There we go. Beautiful. Now, hard to starboard, larboard, sorry, larboard. And then I'm gonna cross the T and then run off into the sunset, hopefully, and manage to repair my ship, and then I'll be getting back into the fight. After all, I don't want to be... I want to send him to Davy Jones and not pulling it off myself. Now, this is a dangerous maneuver, actually, because I am exposing his bow, and if his gunners were any more competent, I would be kissing the Davy Jones's locker pretty soon. However, given that they're not, I'm not overly concerned. Come on, full sails. Getting ready for another broadside. She is turning badly. Oh, in that case, I'm gonna oblige. I can get away with a bigger target, that's okay. 21 cannon. Beautiful. Okay, now I think it's time to pop in the repair. So, what I'm gonna do... Oh, look at that, I'm dotted as a, you know, Swiss cheese. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull off a little bit downwind, not too much downwind, and I'm gonna pop up a repair. There we go, and I've disabled all the gun crews so that more people have a chance to execute the repair. And now we're gonna go for a little bit of running, and for your convenience, while I'm running for the repairs, I'm gonna be accelerating time a little bit. Alright, it seems that my crew is done with the repairs, which means I will be re-enabling the cannons, pulling a hard to starboard and getting back into the fight and finishing the job. Hard to starboard, ready man, and look at it, we are almost, 3/4 done, we're good to go, while he still has some damage, and I'm guessing he didn't repair it very well, meaning that now I'm turning downwind and we will be finishing the job. Quickly now! I'm going for an intercept. As you can tell, his starboard side is bad shot up, but he is actually facing us with his larboard side. So if I want to be hitting him where it hurts, I should be crossing on the other side and hitting the starboard side instead. So let's see what can we do on that front. I can leave? No, thank you. Alright, I think we can go. Oh, and he's firing, Good. Good that I've changed directions. I managed to suffer only a couple of shots, and then I'm actually thinking a couple of shots here. It would almost be the shame not to use this to hold his larboard side. Oh, he's lowering the sails. No, raising sails. He's getting ready to fire. Oh boy. This is gonna be a juicy one. Getting ready. Aim. Fire. There we go. A nicely executed broadside. A few more up the kisser. Okay, at least one. His rudder and pump are badly damaged, which means he's no longer that maneuverable, and he's not being able to bail out water, which I can see her sitting rather low in the water, so that's good, but we still need a couple more broadsides to be able to finish the job correctly now. That being said, I really need to turn, and this time I think I will be turning into the wind rather. So let's execute that maneuver. Hard to starboard. We are decelerating. Okay, pulled the tiller in the opposite side, so hard to larboard. The wind will push us hopefully onto the right trajectory, and there we go, don't fight it, let it turn. Alright, once again tiller hard to starboard and re-engage the sail, please. Fortunately for me, I have capable men capable of executing this complex and daring maneuver. Now I am definitely out of his firing arc, and I will be able to, you know, perform a very nice broadside without him having the capability to return the fire. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. And he's stuck in irons. Ha ha. Alright. Ready. Fire as they bear. Fire. Now that one spilled a coffee or two. Oh yeah, rudder shot up, structure almost non-existent, and the larboard side almost non-existent. Beautiful. I think he is definitely sinking, so just another executed turn, maybe a broadside or two, and this fight shall be concluded. Ultimately, it's not really a fair fight, but no one can hardly argue. Okay, turn, convergence, there we go, 250, and fire. Whatever cannonballs manage to go into the right direction will be appreciated. 5. I'm not gonna comment on this one. Everybody who knows me, everybody who's ever seen my channel know that I suck at gunnery. Right? Once again, let's execute the turn. Yeah, she is definitely sinking, and I think it will be the end of this fight. Come on, sink already. There we go, battle over. Once again, guys, smash that like button to let me know if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you would like to see more. However, I will not be posting any more naval action content. It has been a privilege sailing with you people. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video of something else.